Okay, I will do the part 2 of 5 things that surprised me by living in Sweden as a Japanese. I made the first one already, so if you are interested in, please check. I will start with that. Okay, I think one of the things that made me very surprised positively after moving to Sweden is that I see dads everywhere. I see dads at cafe with babies, or a group of dads in the parks, and dads pushing strollers. It's very everyday life things here. I think growing up in Japan, of course, there are so many moms I saw in the parks, sometimes at cafe, but I don't remember if I see group of dads or dad pushing strollers or hanging out in the park, those things. I mean, like, it's 5 years since I left Sweden, so maybe things has been changing, but the last time I went back to Japan is last winter. I don't think I saw those things, so I don't think it's normal thing, like it's common things in Japan yet. And there are so many factors for that, I guess, like social norms, those things. But I think one of the biggest reason is Swedish parental leave system. So in Sweden, they will get 480 days parental leave per a child, and 90 days are reserved for each parent, and they cannot be transferred. So if one parent decide they're not gonna use those 90 days, they are simply lost. And the rest of the days, 300 days, they can allocate however they want. This policy encourages both parents to take parental leaves. And one of the good news is that in Japan, the percentage of dads who are taking parental leaves has been increasing very rapidly. Around 40% of dads are taking parental leaves these days. But the problem is the length of the parental leaves they are taking. It's much shorter in Japan compared to Sweden. Like, the majority of dads just taking less than 2 weeks of entire parental leaves, while 30% of parental leaves are taken by dad in Sweden. I think it makes sense why I see so many dads everywhere in Sweden, because that's how it is. I think it's very nice that the dads are more involved in raising kids here compared to Japan. And I think it's nice that you can see that with your own eyes in everyday lives, because I think if you are seeing those things as normal things, it's easier for you to also take parental leaves as well, because it's nothing like rare, it's nothing special thing, it's more like normal things to do. I don't say like it's perfect here when it comes to gender equality, but I think when it comes to those, the taking parental leaves, the length of it, I think Sweden is ahead of Japan, and I really like those things about Sweden. And second things, I don't know how to say, but I think there are more different types of family and people are more open about it. I can take my boyfriend as an example. So he has very big family. So first of all, he has 2 older half sisters, and he and his 2 younger sisters has a different mother, but same dad. And one of the older sisters have kids as well. For example, if we're gonna have some birthday party for one of the kids of her, we will invite all the siblings first. My boyfriend's mother and my boyfriend's father coming, my boyfriend's older sister's mother, who is my boyfriend's dad's ex-wife, also coming with her new partner. And this older sister's partner, his parents are also divorced, but both dad and mom are coming, and one of them come with their new partner, and they are just hanging out together and talking and spending good times. So it doesn't matter if you are ex or if you are a new partner, they can just talk and have nice time. And everybody is very welcoming and there's no awkward moment. As a person from Japan, I don't think it will happen in Japan. Of course, there will be exception everywhere, but I don't think it's very normal things in Japan. And I'm sure maybe some families are not like this in Sweden as well. But I think if you compare the number of those things happen, I'm so sure that Sweden is much, much, much higher. And even in my own family, my parents got divorced when I was young. And after they divorced, I barely saw my dad. And now my dad and my mom both has new partner, but I can never imagine that we're gonna hang out as all and just have nice time and no awkward moment. And I think one of the biggest reasons is that Sweden, they have shared custody, and if you have a kid but you get divorced, you need to, do co-parenting. And then if you have birthday party for the kids, both parents are supposed to come. In Japan, we didn't have shared custody until April of 2026 this year. So until that, we only allow solo custody after divorce. And then usually mother get sole custody, not father. So my mother raised me and my brother alone. And then there's a possibility that Japan also will change now because we have shared custody. But I think we have long time before those things will be more normal. And I really like that there are no particular types of family here, and depending on the family there are a lot of different types or different way of being family, diversity in family. And I think it's very beautiful things, and then I love that about Sweden. Third things is makeup. I noticed a lot of women or girls here wearing little to no makeup for a lot of things, like going to supermarket or sometimes going to university and sometimes going to office. And it's very normal that they are wearing no makeup. When they dress up, they daily dress up and they wear makeup. But I think people here are more comfortable about going out without any makeup. Whereas in Japan, I think there are more pressure for women that you need to look presentable before leaving the house or before going out. I remember when I worked at a cafe, part-time job as a university student, wearing makeup was one of the dress code. So it was mandatory to wear makeup to work. And also I remember during job hunting season when you were a university student, there was a makeup seminar for especially women, what kind of makeup you should wear for job interview and then how to do it, those things. Of course, we didn't have those things for men. So I think if you are exposed to those things a lot, I think wearing makeup when you go outside, you feel like it's unwritten rule. So even just going to supermarket or even just going out for a very short period of time, I think you feel like you need to look presentable or you need to, put together. I think now it's 5 years since I moved to Sweden, and I think I've changed a little bit. I personally like doing makeup and wearing makeup. It doesn't bother me that much, but sometimes if I just go for a short walk or if I just go to supermarket, it's nice that I can now feel like comfortable going out without any makeup and just coming back and chill, because it's a lot of effort and it's not like you just push button and it's done. It's you need to take time. But I think every time I visit Japan, I'm always amazed by how girls there look so stylish and then how put together they look. They look so good. I think we should pay more respect for those girls who are taking their time and effort and doing all the makeup. And fourth things is sharing food. Maybe it's because of me, but I think people here doesn't like sharing food that much. I know it depends on situation, depends on the people and the food, but I had a few experiences that when I offer, oh, do you want to share food? When I go out with my friends in Sweden, they're like, I prefer just order my own and then eat my own. For example, like pizza. To me, pizza is like, if I go to the pizza place or Italian place, I wanna order a lot of different pizza flavor and we just share. I don't wanna just eat whole pizza, just one flavor, but I want to share like 2 or 3 different flavor. But I think here it's very normal. You just order a whole pizza for yourself and eat that. I don't know, maybe it's only me, or maybe they don't feel close enough to me to share food. I don't know, maybe it's easier to split the bill later, or maybe it's only my friends. But I just feel people here less prefer sharing food compared to people in Japan. And last one, this is my favorite. It's dogs are everywhere. It's literally everywhere. On the train, at cafe, at restaurant, sometimes at office, they are everywhere. I think in Japan, if you wanna bring your dog on the train, I think you need to put your dog in bag. Or if it's special need dog, you don't have to, but other than that, you should do that. And here it's different. You can just bring your dog as it is, and that's it. And also office. One of my favorite things about my previous company is that whenever I go to the office, there are always dogs. It's the dogs of my colleagues. So I could pet them, or I could see them every time I go to office, which was pretty nice. And I don't think it's something special about my previous company, because I know friends or my boyfriend's office as well, there are dogs, and which is super nice. I think people here thinks dogs more as a family member rather than pet. And Sweden has very strong animal welfare laws. So for example, dogs are not supposed to be left alone for the long period of time. So I think if you need to go to office and you cannot bring your dog, you need to find somebody who can take care of dog while you are away, or you can use dog daycare. I think that's very nice that they take dog more seriously. It's like kids. And I heard that here, like dogs, it's like a raising kids. So if you see a dog like who behave very bad in public, like barking a lot to strangers or to people will think that you as an owner are very bad owner, that you could not teach a dog how to behave or how to control themselves in public. I remember my boyfriend and also my brother's fiance, they told me that they are surprised that when they were in Japan, they saw so many dogs like who barks how much they want, and like could not control themselves in public. They will feel very bad for the dogs, and then they will feel like it's owner's responsibility, and then it's bad owner who could not teach their dogs about those things. And I thought that's very interesting to hear. I never thought about it, but I think that's very true. And I think dogs here have better everyday life compared to dogs in Tokyo. I'm not sure about countryside dog, but here there are more natures and there are more places dog can just play around, and there are more access to a lot of different places, like as I said, cafe, train, restaurant, office. So you can bring your dogs to a lot of different places as well, so you can involve your dog to your life more. So I think that's very nice. And these are the another 5 things that surprised me by living in Sweden as a Japanese. I'm not sure if you agree or not, but yeah, if you have any opinion about what I said, just please tell me. I would also love to see what made you surprised after moving to Sweden. Not only Sweden, but to any other country. It will be fun to read. But thank you for watching. Hey though.